people, welcome and welcome back to the All Things All American podcast where we talk all things All American. Thank you so much for tuning in. I noticed we have a few new members to our YouTube family, and welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you are here. It's always nice to know that there are other people out there watching the show and enjoying the new cast, because general consensus hasn't been that positive, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I'm happy that more than 5 people are out there watching and enjoying the show. Also, I know I've been gone for a bit. It's been almost 3 weeks, and I promise I have a valid excuse. I haven't forgotten about you all. I had a bit of trouble getting my visa, so I was 2 weeks late to school, and any uni student will tell you that falling behind isn't ideal, because once you're behind, you're just behind. So that's my current dilemma. Because of that, I have a hefty workload, so I won't be able to do sit downs and actually do the character by character analysis like I usually do. But I will be up to date with the episodes, because this show is everything. So I will be giving my commentary as I watch. This is basically a live reaction in a way. So yeah, that's what we'll be working with until the first week of April, which is when I will be done with my midterms. So yeah, let's start with episode 6. Okay, so the episode starts off with Jordan and Layla. They're back from their trip. Looks like they're unpacking now, and Jordan's still at it with this uncle, and Layla it's getting on her nerves. It's getting on my nerves too, because I'm tired of not knowing who this freaking uncle is. Just tell me who it is. If you're not going to tell Jordan, at least tell me. So yeah, and knowing how Jordan is, I can guarantee that he spoke about it on the drive there, he spoke about it on the drive back, and while they were there. This is very 418 of them, okay? But yeah, I need the writers to start dropping hints for real now, because Jordan is very useless at solving mysteries like this. At least give us, the viewers, something to work with. We'll do it for him, okay? So yeah, it would make sense why Jordan thinks Coach Bobby is the uncle, because I'm also wondering why he was so adamant about getting Jordan that job. He literally asked Spencer to beg Jordan to take the job. So now he takes the job and Bobby does a complete 180 on him. Why is he here? Why did you want him here? To have someone to bully or something? Like, it's not making sense. Like, it really isn't making sense. Coach Bobby needs to get a grip on whatever's going on in his personal life and stop taking it out on Jordan. Like, it's getting annoying now. For real. We need to know. Like, again, writers need to start giving me something to work with. But in this detective pair over here, this time Layla is the logical part of Jordan's brain, because Jordan is going on the deep end. He's also trying to figure out why Coach Bobby is the way he is, okay? Yeah, it's kind of a switch, because remember in season 6, I personally feel like Layla was hiding her weaning herself off her meds from Jordan, because he's the logical part of her brain in that situation. He would want her to do things correctly, which is what Layla's doing for him as well. Like, sir, can you stop rushing? Just take your time. Let's think about this. Let's figure everything out before you jump to conclusions. Something is going to happen with this over here. I feel like Jordan is going to do something very out of left field, and child, I'll be seated, I guess. Oh my gosh, Mama's home. That's really, really cute. Also, Layla calling her mom. Like, it's been a long time coming. And how long have these guys been married? It's been over a year, yes? And she's still adjusting to that. I mean, a year is not a long time, but come on. That Mrs. Baker has to go. Leela, let's get serious. Also, it seems like Laura doesn't know about Liv being pregnant. And it's not out of the ordinary. I mean, it's not something you tell someone over the phone. Yes, I'm so salty about Liv telling Spencer over the phone. Like, why? Why? So, Laura's been in Europe this whole time. The only way she would talk to Liv is electronically, like, text, email, or whatever. So, I mean, unless I don't know. But yeah, I feel like that's not news to tell someone over the phone. But also, she is a first time mom. Usually people wait until they're 12 weeks to start sharing the news, right? Layla happened to be there when she took the test, and we all know Layla and Jordan are just that they're one person now. Okay, so if Layla knows something, Jordan's going to know, and vice versa. So it's not out of the ordinary that Jordan knows Liv's pregnant. So yes, that's my stance on that. Oh my gosh, it's nice to see Laura again. It's always nice to see like part of the OG cast coming back. Yeah, this seems like a fun episode so far. I like it. Also, have you noticed Layla's body language? Like, why is she hiding behind Jordan? I don't want to believe she's, uncomfortable around Laura, because I mean, you've been there, you've been around her your whole life. But dynamics change, you know? She was initially Liv's best friend. Now she's Jordan's wife. So it's like, you're my friend's mom to my husband's mom. Like, But also, Laura did just walk in on them making out. So, yeah, the embarrassment is still there. And she's like just shying away. Like, Jordan, let me enter your skin and just hide away. Which is really, really cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so KJ and Cassius, this is what it looks like when you're friends with your kid first. Okay, they're open with each other and talking about girls and him having sex potentially and all of that. But where I mean, I guess he's just okay with it. I mean, he's a teenager. Teenagers are going to do whatever they want, whether or not you agree to it. But, yeah, I mean, encouraging it is pushing it a bit too far, I guess. Also, from the previous episodes, I don't remember what episode it was, but how did Cassius know that Amin has been texting KJ's phone? Like, is he going through KJ's phone? Did he just see it? Okay. I feel this parenting style is not for me, so I won't comment. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, GW is back as well. Happy birthday to him. I like how, I like how adults just make themselves at home in your home. Like, this man's running things in this house, and none of them can say anything, because I mean, what can you say? Also, I love that GW loves Layla. Yeah, that's his girl. Because how are you hiding that you two are in contact like that? Yeah, it seems like Layla has transitioned to the Baker family really, really well. They all love her, which is always nice. I mean, it's always nice to have your spouse to be liked by your family. If not, it's you being stuck in the middle. Do I support my wife? Do I support my parents, my grandfather, or whatever? So there's no conflict of you being in between two people on either side, which is lovely. I love this for them. Now, Jordan wanting to invite Coach Bobby, this won't go well, but I'm here for it. I mean, it brings us one step closer to finding out who the uncle is. Bring it on. Now, why is this man, Khalil's dad, pulling him out of class? Like, parents. But some parents are your biggest op sometimes, hey? And I stated before, this man wants Khalil to follow in his footsteps. Now, when you have someone in a gang, this is in my head, I don't know anyone in a gang or anyone who's been involved, but this is how I imagine it. Okay, it's either you learn from the experience and you want better for your child, or you become too comfortable in the experience and want the same life for your child. Seems like this father wants the latter for his child, which is very, very strange. Because why would you do that? A life of crime for your baby, potentially going to jail? Like, is that you're okay with that happening? So yeah, I don't like this man. Can somebody just take him out for him? Any hitmen on the show, I'm ready to hire you. Khalil deserves better, honestly. I don't know where his mom is, and to me, she failed as a parent, because how do you leave your child with somebody like that? How do you leave your child in the care of somebody whose life is literally putting your child in danger? Okay, if they want to get to Marquise, right? Khalil is the person, you know. Yeah, that's how. Isn't that how it works? Like, if they want to get a back at you, they get you through the people closest to you. The person closest to him is his son. Okay, so now Khalil needs to keep looking over his shoulder, keep constantly being on edge. I feel like this is why he doesn't want to get with Amina as well, because if Khalil does something and Amina is like his girlfriend or something, that's his next of kin basically. If they want to get back at him, they would do it through Amina. So he's trying to keep her away, and Preach is trying to stop the same thing from happening, because he did threaten Khalil about associating with Amina and all of that, when he has all this gang related activity around him, which is understandable, because Preach knew what it was like. He knows what it's like to be in a gang. He's left the gang and he wants better for his child, which is the contrast between these two fathers. It's a shame in this case that the child is the one that wants better than the adult. Man, this is just very crazy, hey? I think it's taking me back to Layla a little bit, where she's the one that was working to create a stable environment for herself instead of her father doing it for her, So, yeah, I can see why Layla and Khalil would have a scene in the future. It's in the mid-season trailer, right? So I can see how Layla can be a mentor for Khalil, not instead, but together with Jordan. Yeah. Okay, so thank you to the show for debunking my theory about Layla being uncomfortable. She clearly has spent enough time with Laura to be able to pick up on her habits and all of that. So that shying behind Jordan initially was embarrassment from being caught. Because, yeah, like, your parent walked in when you were about to get your freak on, which is embarrassing. Not embarrassing, but like, you get what I mean. Now, Billy knew about this brother and didn't do anything about it. I don't know. Mm, I don't know. Maybe he felt it would have tainted the image he has of his mom, so he just let it be. But like, I don't know. It sounds very out of character for Billy to know that he had a sibling and just not mention anything, not go digging or something. I don't. Yeah. No. Shame. Now it feels like Jordan shouldn't be looking because Billy wasn't looking either. Like he was hiding. Which brings me back to this ulterior motive Jordan has. Like it's more than finding who this uncle is. Why do you want him so much? You know, are you looking for a link back to your father? Are you just wanting to know more of where you come from? Like, what is it? Why do you want this? There's a reason Billy stopped, and there's a reason Jordan is continuing. You get. Side note, can they fix Beverly's gym? Like, I'm begging now. These people live in Beverly Hills, for crying out loud. Majority of the students are rich. Why is the gym looking like I don't know what? Fix that, please. Now, I hate how predictable this show is sometimes, okay? Because why did I see it a mile away that Coop and this professor would have something going on? You know, where's patience? Like, absolutely not. To be cheated on by Coop of all people. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that, my girl. The tea. Allah. You guys, Patience is cozying up with somebody else as well. Why are Coop and Patience still together? Which brings me back to my question from the pre-season discussion episode. Why did Coop choose to stay in LA instead of going to a uni that's closer to New York, closer to where Patience is? You know, Coop and Patience should have been done in season 3, and that's a hill I'm willing to die on. Like, why at this? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense because now we are riding in these circles. First, it was physically cheating. Now it's emotional entanglements. Like, can we just let's dead this? Let them move on. Let them go their separate ways. I'm tired. They're tired. We're all tired. Again, why are they still together? Like, it's been how long? Okay, it hasn't been long since Patience left for New York. I mean, assuming she left after the Bolivia wedding. But why is the only time you're coming back to visit when there's, a scandal, like some drama in the tabloids? Let's end this relationship, please. I'm begging. This episode or the next time she shows up, because I know she's making another guest appearance. Let's dead this. That scene with Khalil and Jordan was heavy. Now, Jordan, I know you're trying to help, but yeah, throwing yourself in the middle of whatever this isn't the way, because now you have something to lose. Okay, you are married, you have a wife. If something happens to you, she's going to be devastated. If they would choose to get back at you, they might target her. That's not, no, we're not doing that, not on my watch. But Khalil's really struggling with this. Like, you can tell these outbursts have only been limited towards Jordan, and it's the same behavior with KJ and his dad. We usually reserve these kind of reactions for people we can trust, people we know genuinely care about us and won't hold it against us. So I'm not for the outburst, but I'm glad they're happening. Okay, it's a sign, yeah, that he is really comfortable with Jordan. That Jordan is his person. He can be raw and vulnerable with him. He can show everything he's feeling. So I comment that. I love that Jordan is able to build this environment for Khalil. And I mean, it's already been released that Khalil moves in with Jordan. So I can see why it happens, you know? Yeah. Is Scoop for real? Oh my goodness. Talking, she's literally talking about the professor she's attracted to her girlfriend. Who does that? No, like, who does that? It's like cheating on your wife and talking to your mistress about your girlfriend or your wife that you're cheating on. You just don't do it. Reason number 13 of why they should break up. Do these two even talk? No, like, literally, do they talk? This one is making, okay, being vegan isn't that big of a life change, but to your partner it is, because that's who you are. You're evolving, you're changing, so you should be in tune with each other. But moving permanently, that's something you definitely need to mention. So if that article didn't come out, Patience wouldn't be here and Coop wouldn't have known that this is how she feels about where she's living. Child. I hate myself for giggling so hard at this, but the joke about getting GW, a woman that just turned 60, is hilarious. Stop it. Is it too early to say I'm Team KJ and Amina? Problem is, Amina has eyes for Khalil, who doesn't want her, and KJ is, you know what, this love square is going to stress me out. It really is going to stress me out. Also, the fake dating thingy is a bad idea, because KJ is going to move on before Amina realizes what she actually feels for him. Now, it's either going to work in her favor and he'll turn back to her, or she is just going to lose him for good and end up on her own. Sigh. And Tori, please, after episode 5, why are we still chasing after KJ? The third hand embarrassment is very, very real, because this guy, I don't know, I feel like he's made it clear that he's not feeling her like that. So why I used to someone, let me hide Tori for 2 minutes until this passes over. I'm not feeling this. Maybe Tori and Khalil should just get together, but then they'll be settling, right? Because the people they actually want to be with are together, if that makes sense. Yeah, because Tori likes KJ. Like, she's not even trying to hide that. So her being with Khalil would be what? Trying to move on from that? Trying to mask those feelings? Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. And Amina being with KJ now, like, beyond this fake dating thing, would be because Khalil isn't reciprocating it. That's what it looks like to me. To me, at the moment. Also, are we going to address the elephant in the room, which is this energy between Tori and Amina? Like, what is it? Does Amina like KJ and Khalil? Like, is she stuck in between the two guys and Tori is coming through on either side? Because, I mean, she's not a fan of Tori knowing KJ, and now she's also not a fan of Tori knowing Khalil. So what is it? Girl, stand up and pick a side. Like, child, why is it that women like to take their anger and frustration out on the other woman instead of the guy they're feeling or like involved with in some capacity? I'm not feeling this. That's child. You don't know each other on that level, like on a personal level, to be fighting over guys. Like, let's be serious, please. Sorry, why is Coop trying to push Patience to leave for London so she can cheat properly? I'm not understanding. I'm not under- like, this is a very, very 180 switch up from 6:13. Like, before she was, no, don't go, why are you going? Now she's, go, 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 why you want to stay? Like, ma'am. Mm-mm. Okay, so it's very clear now that Amina is well aware of Preach and Mo's past. I feel like she knows exactly what happened the night Mo died, and she's come to terms with it. So whatever is going on between her and her feelings with her mom and whatever, it's just grieving, normal grieving of, I've lost someone, like I've lost a parent, instead of coming to terms with who the parent was and, you know, viewing them differently. So yeah, I don't get why it would, no, let me not put it like that. It is a big storyline because she lost a big part of her when her mom died. Like, that's your mom, you only get one, so it's understandable. Yeah, I don't think there's more I can say about it, more speculation I can have. And yeah, like I said before, I like that Amina is in Khalil's corner, like rooting for him heavy. I like that he knows, like, he has a village, he has a chosen family over his actual family because his mom left. His dad is just, I don't say he's not a good person, but he's not a good person. So his DNA isn't great, but his friendship DNA, like, you know, his chosen family is amazing. And he's coming to understand that. Like, he's building his own village from scratch with people who want to be there, not need to be there, you know? So, yeah, I like this. GW is such a vibe, and yeah, he loves Layla. We all love Layla. Jordan loves Layla. Like, Jordan fails to hide how proud he is of Layla. Like, I don't want to call Layla a trophy wife, but she is literally the definition of a trophy wife. Like, she's Jordan's most prized possession, and he refuses to hide that. He makes it very, very known that he values her, her opinion, her presence, and everything she does. And I'm glad that the family values that too. It's nice to be appreciated. It's always nice to be appreciated for what you do for other people. So yeah, good for Layla. Ah, oh my gosh, I can see Jordan's wheels turning. Oh my, he's going to call Coach Bobby here, isn't he? Because GW wished for Mary's presence. So, what better way to bring this presence than her son, who is like the living remainder of her? Because Mary only had two kids, right? Billy and the long lost uncle. Billy's gone. So, the only part of Mary that's still living is the brother. Jordan Baker, don't you dare. Oh my gosh. If you haven't, I don't know anything that happened in this episode. I literally just woke up and found it uploaded online. So this is a blind reaction to the episode, and I like it. So I'm going to keep up with this. Let me know how you feel, if you would want me to continue with the blind reactions, or if you prefer the sit downs where I have to watch over and over and actually, you know, do it character by character. I'm open to doing both. Absolutely not. I hate it when parents throw the, after all I did for you, look at what I've done for you, can't you do this for me? Absolutely not. You chose to have a child, okay? Taking care of that child is the bare minimum. That's a choice you made as a parent. Okay, it is required of you to make sacrifices to keep that child safe, to do what you can to give that child a proper childhood. Okay, that baby didn't ask to be there. They weren't there when you were having sex, unprotected. You chose to bring this life into the world. So, oh my gosh, I have so much to say about this topic. And yeah, no, absolutely not. This, after all I've done for you, kick it out. I didn't ask you for that, you know? Yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Putting this child in danger, making him perjure himself, that's a crime. You want this baby to lie for you to the police, and if they find out that he lies, he gets in trouble because you are interfering with a crime or whatever it is that's called, right? So he gets in trouble. That's a crime. Like, that's an actual offense. Oh my gosh, infuriating. Somebody, I need a hitman. No, I'm glad Khalil's standing up for himself. Yes. It takes so much courage to be able to stand up to your only parent, like the only living relative you have. The amount of faith he has in his chosen family to get behind him is incredible. Like I said before, Jordan has made this environment for Khalil where he's now believing that he can do whatever he wants with his life. Like, his life is in his hands, and he can take these steps to make a better life for himself than what he already has. Now, his father putting this decision of whether he goes to jail or not in Khalil's hand is manipulative. It's wrong. It's horrible. You don't do that to somebody you love. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad. I'm really, really happy Khalil was able to step away and say, I'm not doing that. I'm not ruining my chances, foster care or not. I'll be okay. I'll be okay as long as I'm not in jail. Because you know what jail does to you? Not really does to you, but like what it does for your chances. You go to jail, you have that on your record. Okay? Every time an employer does a background check and sees that you've been to jail, it lessens your chance of getting employed. Okay? The NFL is ruthless. If he wants to play pro football, having that on his record just diminishes his stocks. Okay, so going to jail limits your potential. It limits what you can do for yourself. And as the parent, not seeing what this could potentially do for your child, trying to guarantee that you stop that from happening. How will you stop that when he's already lied? How are you going to stop him from going to jail? This person, Marquis, is very, very self-absorbed. He's looking out for himself. Okay, so if it came down to whether him or Khalil goes to jail over this, he's putting himself first. He's keeping himself out. I guarantee you that. So, Khalil, well done for walking away. I'm very, very proud of you. I'll buy you a chocolate when I see you. Yes. Anyways, let's move on. Jordan and Layla. Oh my gosh. The storage room. Girl. And you know what? Jordan's been at it all day as well. He's been thinking about it when Layla dragged him into the office, in the bedroom. Now Layla is talking about hooking up in the storage room. This too. Why they're not pregnant yet is it's shocking. It's appalling. Okay, that pregnancy scare, that was valid. They know what they've been doing. They need to stand up, get off each other, sit in separate corners, But I love this for them. I mean, the newlyweds, they're still in that honeymoon phase that marital bliss, and good for them. Good for them. I want them to enjoy this a little longer before they actually have the responsibility of putting in another little human being. That's stressful. Keeping a child alive is stressful because all toddlers want to do is literally off themselves. Like, those little humans are not scared of anything. So yeah, I like that they're just enjoying life and just being carefree adults, you know, especially on Layla's end, because I've said this so many times, but she was forced to grow up so fast. So I love that she's just living in the now. She, yeah, she's very content with where she is. She's very, very happy. And yeah, she doesn't need any huge responsibility weighing on her. So let's keep it at this. Jordan, keep yourself in trouble so that she stays happy. I swear, if Jordan stresses my girl out, yeah, he's getting whacked on here. I promise you that. One thing Layla will do, it's back her man. But Coop, I don't know why you're trying to hold on to this relationship, because she's banking on the fact that Spencer and Olivia were long distance so they can do it too. She's banking on the fact that everyone else made it. Like, we're bringing this word up, the vortex. Like, everyone in the vortex had their relationships survive and thrive through every hurdle they've gotten. But not Spencer, sorry, Coop and Patience, you've had your hurdles. You've had your trials and tribulations. Let it go. Let it go. At this point, they're trauma bonded, and that's what's keeping them together. Why else? Like, what else do they have? What other reason do they have to keep this relationship alive? You know what? I'm tired. This is the last I'm talking about them this episode. If they have a few more scenes in the future, it's not getting mentioned. Thank you. Sorry, Cassius was dropping KJ off at Layla's. What the hell is KJ doing at Layla's? No, like, literally, who does he know that's there apart from Jordan? Is he here for Jordan? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is where everyone discovers who's who. Like, I don't think Cassius and KJ know that Layla's married to Jordan. So this is it, isn't it? So now, let's see if they'll tell us what Cassius's problem with Jordan is, apart from the legacy he has at Beverly and needing to create his own. If it's a silly reason, I'll be done with the show. I'm lying, but you know what I mean. Again, let's touch back on Cassius's parenting. What adult drops their child off at a lounge with alcohol on their own? So let's, no. But I'm for this friendship with Layla. This will sound wrong, but I like when parents have friends closer to their kids' age. I feel like it helps you understand them better because you get a kid's perspective. Okay, Layla's not a kid, but she's closer to KJ's age than she is to Cassius's age. So there's that, feedback that if you need something, like if you need support or if you're trying to understand your kid, it's nice to get perspective from somebody closer to their age. Also, I like that Layla will have somebody older to get advice from as well, like somebody within reach, within proximity. I don't see anything romantic happening between these two, so you people who are trying to go there, it's not going to happen. So yeah, for once in AA history, let's have a drama-free friendship. Now, these two, Layla, I hope she gets him in check, because this feud he has with Jordan, the fact that it's one-sided is just, I don't know what. So I hope she, like, tries to debunk that, tries to give us some insight into his thought process and why he feels that way about Jordan. So, yeah. Jordan talking about the storage closet in front of his mother. These two, no shame, no decorum. I need them to sit in separate corners for 2 days because why is sex literally living on their mind? Maybe it's time for that, baby. I'm lying, but they're really at it. Hey, they can't keep their hands off each other. I love this for them. Now, Jordan. This guy is very, very unserious. Why this Coach Bobby agenda? It won't end well. It won't end well. But I feel like this episode is going to be the conclusion. Like, we need to know what's Coach Bobby's problem and whether or not he is the uncle. If they don't close it here, I don't know what will. Like, this is the perfect opportunity. Oh my gosh, Jordan blatantly asking, in fact, if he looks like his grandmother. What's wrong with Jordan? Like, what's wrong with this guy? Jordan is very unserious. I need this to stop. And he's very serious about this too, hey? You guys, I'm actually dying. He's very serious about this, hey? He's really convinced that Coach Bobby is the baby in the picture. Sir, who told you that? Other than yourself and your theories. Like, what physical proof do you have? Have you done a genetic test? Jordan Baker. Oh my god. And everyone... I'm in disbelief. The writers did their big one in this one. Okay, so we've debunked this theory that Coach Bobby is the uncle. And I told you people, in the very beginning, I can't remember if it was in episode 1 or the preseason discussion, but I said it can't be that obvious. Like, the uncle won't be in our face. So Coach Bobby is out. No, we still don't know where his animosity towards Jordan came from. That's the last thing we need to figure out with Coach Bobby. Then I think we can write him off, send him off to wherever he came from. Now, Cassius, okay? Remember in the season overview or something, it says he has beef with the entire Baker family. So now, Cassius, maybe he is the missing piece. He's somehow related to the Bakers, but how? He's not the uncle because he's way younger than Billy. So I'm now excited to see where they take it. So Jordan, I think let's pack your detective hat. No, he won't do it because he needs to find the uncle for whatever reason. But yeah, so Cassius is the last man standing. I don't think they'll introduce a new character as the missing link to finding the uncle. So it has to be someone they've already introduced. Either Cassius or Khalil. I'm happy to be wrong, but maybe Khalil was somehow related to them. What if Khalil's father is the cousin? I'm lying, but yeah. So one of these new characters, the new fathers, is the cousin who is Billy's brother's son. My money is on Cassius though. Shame. So you mean to tell me Jordan could have been thriving in some other position? I don't know. I guess it's valid that Coach Bobby would feel this way, but I'm taking it out on Jordan. He didn't ask for the job. He didn't go begging the posters to give him this position. They pushed it, Jordan didn't even want the job. It took convincing for him to get it. So for him to get that end of the stick is like, it's not fair. Then Coach Bobby saying Jordan hasn't proved himself. Sir, have you given him the opportunity to prove himself? Like, you've made it hard at every turn. You won't let him be an authority figure on the team. You want to control every single thing he does. Then you want to throw it back in his face that he's not good enough for the job. It's frustrating. It really, really is frustrating. Shame. Poor Jordan. Makes sense. So KJ is here for Amina. I thought the kids were having trivia night. That's already done. Child. Anyway, so KJ is at the lounge for the party with Tori. With Amina. Now, Amina, all of a sudden you're forgetting that you guys were friends before you started fake dating. So, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this. So now she's going to convince herself that everything KJ does will be in the name of fake dating when he genuinely wants to be his friend. Which is why I say this is a bad idea. Because this will either bring them closer together when she realizes that, okay, no, he actually just wants to be here as my friend, or it's going to push him further away because at some point it will get frustrating. Like, all you see me is a fake boyfriend to get with who you really want. Like, now it's time for me to move on to. Which is why I see the KJ Tori thing happening, because we all know it's going to happen. Cassius approaching Jordan. What's with this man? Like, what's going on here? Something's wrong. Something, the balance is wrong. But Cassius now knows that Jordan and Layla are a pair. So I don't know. Let's see, maybe if they get over this one-sided misunderstanding and actually get to know each other. Yeah, I feel like they're coming in with this preconceived notion of who Jordan is. Both Cassius and Bobby, like, they haven't gotten time to actually form a proper opinion, knowing who he is. Like, so far he hasn't done anything wrong to them, literally. So their animosity is very uncalled for. Like, at least let him do something wrong, then you get to judge him off that, instead of just making this whole storyline up in your head and treating him off that. You get what I mean? Because I'm dying. Whoever wrote this episode, I love you. Oh my gosh, getting your birth certificate to prove that if somebody's son is diabolical. Now tell us what your birth certificate says. Who is your father? But yeah, I like that Cassius is validating Jordan's feelings with Coach Bobby, because he is a bully. He is. You don't do that, whether you like the person or not. Like, his animosity towards Jordan is uncalled for. Again, Jordan didn't ask for the job. You happened to be put in a position where you had to force him to get the job. He could have been doing something completely different with his life. But I'm glad he's here because he's doing good things, especially with Khalil. So, yeah. Tori clocking their tea on the first day of the job. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. But honestly, this love square, I love that they're prioritizing being friends. Amina being a good friend to Khalil, and Tori being a good friend to KJ. To me, that's the perfect foundation for a relationship, a long lasting relationship. because I mean, you want to be your partner's friend and lover instead of just being their lover. You get what I mean? But then, Amina and KJ are somewhat good friends as well, so I could see this swinging either way, and I honestly won't be mad at it. I just don't want Tori to get hurt. Yeah. Um. Mhm. Mhm. Because yeah, I just don't want Tori to get hurt. That's where I stand. Now, like I said before, if it comes down to it between Maki and Khalil, Maki is going to put himself first. Okay, Khalil already told him that he doesn't want to do this whole police statement lying thing. And what does he do the second he gets arrested? Says no. I need Khalil to come verify my alibi. Like, who does, which parent does that? So I'm glad Jordan was there and Laura interfered as well. As well. So yeah, ish. Now everyone's scared. Like, we're all scared. I'm scared. Jordan looks scared. Laura looks concerned. Khalil's scared too, because we all know what's coming. The second Maki gets out of jail, something's going to happen. The second Maki's men find out what just happened, something's going to happen. Drama, I love. Maybe we can even get the hospital scene out of that. I'm lying. But, yes. Bring it on. Writers, do your thing. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about Coop and Patience anymore, but yeah, they've both checked out. Coop especially has checked out of this relationship. We're all wondering why it's still standing. I think just break up. If you're meant to be, you'll get back together in the distant future. But for now, I mean, there's no point of fighting for a relationship you're not in anymore. Let Coop go with her professor and Patience just live life around the world. At the moment, her career is what's important to her, and it wouldn't be fair for her to even consider not going because of what it means for her relationship if she goes. You get what I mean? So, yeah, let's just end this, put a pause, grow up, experience life. If you're meant to be, you be. If not, you won't die. Okay, so for once in my life, I don't have to wait for answers, which is why I think I'm enjoying this episode so much. So we finally get a reason why Jordan is obsessing over this uncle so much, and it's the same reason he wanted to bring this brother, this long lost uncle, to the party for GW. Like, to have a living piece of his dad here, like a connection to his dad alive. Which is understandable. People grieve in different ways. He's trying to heal, he's trying to move on. But I mean, losing a parent is nothing you ever move on from. So yeah, I hope they find this uncle. But finding a long lost family member it's hard, because what if they're not receptive? What if they didn't want to be found? What if they can't come to terms with the fact that Mary is gone, so they won't get the answers they want? They wouldn't, like, getting found won't help explain why the situation came to be. Why was I put up for adoption? Why was Billy kept? All that stuff. So I don't know, maybe they should just keep it at this. Yeah, because finding somebody who was put up for adoption has its own struggles, which may be even harder than the current dynamic you have now. So yeah, they obviously won't close this chapter. I don't think they will. This can't be the conclusion. It's not satisfying enough. But yeah, I wish them well in this journey, and I hope the reunion, if it does happen, is happy. And the uncle has also been looking and not hiding, you know. So yeah. Also, I love that GW is Jordan's person. Like, yeah, you know how Liv was a daddy's girl? Jordan is Grandpa Willie's grandchild. Like, that's, yeah. Jordan is GW's favorite person in the Baker family. Him and Billy were estranged. Him and Laura, we all know how he felt about Laura. He loves Layla, but Jordan is his child. So yeah, I love that they're emphasizing on this, and they can talk and, you know, be receptive, be understanding, give each other grace for each other's grieving processes, which is really, really nice. Family is everything, you know. Sometimes you only get one. Sometimes you have the benefit of having your biological family and your chosen family come together. So yeah, I love this. The surviving bakers. Yeah, I love this. Where did they send Luke? Laura had a boyfriend, didn't she? Shame it didn't work out. But this thing of finding out over the phone, can't she just travel to New York and see Liv and find out that she's a grandma over there? Or wait until Liv comes to find out? Like, yeah, no, it's not sitting well with me. If you can do it in person, why wait? No, sorry, why not wait and rush it over the phone? Like, it's a baby, for crying out loud. But anyways, I love this relationship between Laura and Jordan. Like, they're a family of four, and yeah, they were in pairs. Liv and Billy were each other's person, and Jordan and Laura are each other's person. Like, Jordan loves his mom, and he would move heaven to make sure she's happy. So yeah, this rushing it, basically urging her to call Liv and actually find out about the babies, that's him trying to make her happy. So it's really, really sweet. It's really, really sweet. I love this for them, you know. Laura, she doesn't have her person anymore. Jordan has his. He has Layla, right? So whatever the weather, at least he has somebody there. But he realizes that Laura doesn't have that. So he gets to be her person more than ever, and he is doing everything in his power to make her happy and to bring that smile back on her face. So this team, yeah, I'm team Laura and Jordan all the way, for sure. Sorry, so Khalil's plan was to live in the gym. I'm sorry for laughing. But like, what was his plan, honestly? Anyways, I'm glad Jordan's taking him in though. And I hope he spoke to Layla about it first. She's fine with it, but remember how he felt about Billy moving Spencer into their home without talking to him or Laura or Liv about it. Yeah, I hope he rectified that and spoke to Layla ahead of it, and she agreed. Actually, no, I think they did, because in the last scene with him and Laura, he says he has to go find his wife. So he must have found her and spoken to her about moving Khalil in, because he obviously doesn't have anywhere to go. And while he was looking for Khalil in the gym, Layla was home preparing the room for Khalil. Yes, that's what happened. I love this. I love this. There's always room for love, you know, for family to grow um yeah, yeah, yeah. Khalil being here means they're officially parents now, but they don't have to do it full time. There's a difference between having a newborn baby and having a teenager in the home. They don't have to stop, sorry, being carefree, and they can still enjoy life the way they are, the way I love, while helping somebody out. Khalil's a teenager. Teenagers like to be locked away in their rooms. They don't like to be disturbed. So it won't be much as long as they know that he's safe. They can continue with their life and whatever's going. So, yeah, well done to the writers of this episode. This was an incredible episode. I was going to do commentary for episodes 3, 4, and 5, but guys, I talk way too much. So, yeah, sitting through 3 episodes isn't going to happen now at the moment. I did start with episode 3, but man, again, I talk way too much. So, we're putting a pin in that. If you still want it, let me know. I can release it after my midterms, so which is after the 27th of March. I'm open to it, so let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.